Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here, coming back for the last part for Supernatural Season 8 review. So I'm going to continue where I left off from the last part. Episode 20, Pac-Man Fever. Now this was about these Jinn that have like special powers or whatever. They like, their hands are blue or something, or eyes are blue or something. So they're a lot stronger type Jinn or whatever out there. But it was a mother and a kid or whatever. That's the Jinn or whatever. First, they stumble upon this investigation, and Sam's just not looking too good, and he's spitting out blood and everything. So he's lost his touch with his shooting and his aiming for when he's trying to shoot. And Charlie comes in and helps Dean out with the investigation that they're doing to find this Jinn or whatever that's going around killing people and making their insides mushy or something. It's a little disgusting. But Sam does eventually join in. He's like, I can still do my job and all that, so whatever. And Charlie gets put in this state where she can't even wake up or anything, so she's like knocked out with Jinn juice or something. So the Jinn got to her and kidnapped her. So the only reason why she was coming down there to where Sam and Dean is to see her mom or whatever, because of that accident or whatever that she got into with her mom and dad taking her to a friend's house, and then picking her up from a friend's house, and then they got in an accident and car crash and died, sadly. So that's pretty sad. And Charlie and Dean reunite again in this place where Charlie's in or whatever, and some kind of dream or whatever she's having about this game that doesn't ever stop or whatever, zombie game that she's in. And Dean's dressed up as a soldier or something in an out uniform. Charlie has an eye patch over her head and all that. And pretty much they're shooting things and killing zombies, and then they look in this place or whatever. They go to this place and go to this bed or whatever and push the curtains back, and it shows Charlie's mom, and then it shows Sam when Dean sees it as well. So Charlie sees her mom and Dean sees Sam. And then they're like, you gotta let her go, sadly. She forgives you and all that. And Charlie went to go see her mom at the end of it after they destroyed the Jinn, killed both of them, Sam and Dean. They killed the first one, I think, and then Sam dealt with the second one after that. So yeah, this episode was not too bad. It showed at the end that Charlie went to go see her mom in the hospital for the last time and for something, and then after leaving Sam and Dean from their bunker. So she's like reading The Hobbit to her mom, which is pretty cute. I think this episode's getting a 4.5 out of 5. It's a solid episode. Episode 21, The Great Escapist. This is where it shows after Kevin gets captured by Crowley or whatever, which I forgot to mention that in episode 19, that Crowley goes to visit Kevin and he kidnaps him. Or something like that, I don't know. The fake Sam and Dean are actually with Kevin or whatever, because he's trying to figure out the third trial. And they do eventually figure out what the third trial is. The real Sam and Dean are at this hotel or whatever, where they meet Metatron. And it shows a lot of these books, and Sam just is like hearing things or whatever. And they do confront Metatron or whatever. And they're talking to Metatron, and he's just hearing noise or whatever. And he's like, we can't we're the Winchesters. Do you know of us? And he's like, it's loud in here or something. He's like, oh, you're resonating. And he's like, you've undergo the trials, is what Metatron said. So, yeah. And Metatron does rescue, what is it? He rescues Kevin or whatever from Crowley's clutches. And Castiel, I believe, is running off with this angel tablet, which he made, which he went to every Bigger Sins or whatever to take the tablet with him, so the tablet was in his stomach. And Naomi did make him stop running and all that, and sees these people with their eyes burned out, and one of them says you have to stop, and then they kill her, sadly. And then Naomi comes into play and tries to Crowley comes into play and then kills one of the angels, and then Naomi just runs off, and then Crowley and this other angel that is on Crowley's tab or whatever, I guess, I don't know, is he gets killed off too, and Crowley finds the tablet in Castiel's stomach and takes it with him, and that's where he interrogates Kevin or whatever after he finds out his duplicate Sam and Dean, the fake ones, were caught in a devil's trap that Kevin placed for them. And Crowley comes to Kevin, and then he's trying to beat up on him, and some divine power just pushes him back or whatever and shows his face burned and everything. And Kevin looked like he got killed or something, I don't know, but Metatron saved him. And Kevin told Sam and Dean that he found the last tablet, and Metatron said to cure a demon, which Kevin was supposed to say, and he's like, yeah, how'd you know? And he's like, who are you? He's like, he's the scribe, pretty much, Metatron is. So yeah, after that, Sam and Dean just go off in their car, and then I guess they go back to the bunker or whatever, and they run into Castiel on the road, which he's escaped somehow from that angel he killed that was keeping an eye on him. So yeah, episode 21's getting a 4.5 out of 5. Now, episode 22, Clip Show. This is where Sam and Dean find out about how to cure a demon, which is the third trial, to close the gates of hell. And they watch these videos that they see in their bunker about how to cure a demon and to exorcise it, and they listen to all these recordings, the videos, and everything, and they eventually do come across something pretty weird. And that's where, let's see, Sam and Dean actually find that people that they saved and all that are getting killed as well. And they brought back Abaddon, which was a stupid idea, because they wanted to try to use the spell on her, but nope, did not work. And yeah, Abaddon got away, and then Sam and Dean are dealing with Crowley, and Crowley's killing off people they saved and all that, and sadly they run into what's her name? She was from the first season. Damn it! It was where they saved the Provenance thing or whatever. Sarah. They run into Sarah again, and sadly she gets killed by Crowley, which I was like, oh man, like they killed her off. That's a bummer. So it shows Sam and Dean really trying to save her, but Crowley just killed her off, unfortunately. They were too late to try to find the hex bag. So, yeah. Episode 22 is getting a 4.5 out of 5. Now, the final episode, Sacrifice, which is episode 23. It shows in the beginning after Sarah gets killed off, where Crowley's meeting, Jody Mills, one of Sam and Dean's friends, and then it shows her trying to get killed off and suffocating in the bathroom. And then Crowley just stops, and because Dean said we'll stop doing the trials, and then that's where Crowley's like, okay, we'll meet at this place. And so pretty much Crowley's saying he wins and everything. But no, he doesn't. They do run into Kevin. They go to Kevin or whatever to get the angel or the demon tablet from Kevin or whatever, Sam and Dean, just to stop this. And Kevin's like, I hope this ends very soon because I want to go back to my life. And he's like, I don't blame you. And that's where they find Crowley at Bobby's old place that was burned down. And they're about to surrender and all that from the trials, but they actually handcuff Crowley. Dean handcuffs Crowley to him. And he's like, you're our bitch now. So Crowley's the third trial to cure a demon. So Crowley's going to be cured. And they go to this church or whatever. Sam and Crowley stay there while Castiel and Dean are trying to... Dean gets help from Castiel or whatever. Or something like that. I don't know. It was something that Dean does or whatever. So he... I guess Dean's waiting outside at first, and Sam's just purifying. He's like, has to say what his sins were in the confession room or whatever. And then, he's going to work on Crowley and pretty much curing him from being possessed by a demon. So Castiel is with Metatron at the time trying to close up heaven, which Metatron so-called says. And Dean helps him out there as well. For something, I don't remember. And they do the trials or whatever to close up the gates of heaven or whatever, Metatron and Cass, and Cass gets tricked, unfortunately, by Metatron, because Naomi said, you're doing the wrong thing and all that, and they're like, Metatron is not trying to stop it. Metatron isn't fixing anything, he's just gonna destroy it and all that. And he did, and it showed Naomi getting killed when Cass went back to heaven. And then Dean finds out from Naomi that if Sam completes this trial, he's going to die. And then Dean's just like, oh, I gotta go save him and all that. Stop him from that. Which I thought was not a bad... Which Sam was almost close to completing the trial, and then Dean told him to stop. Which I thought... This is where I thought it was a little stupid. It could have ended for Sam to close the gates of hell, and then he hesitated. And then Cass gets his grace taken from Metatron, and then gets shot down to Earth again. And then Metatron releases the angels after Sam lets go of this orange stuff that's in him, or whatever, that's glowing. So he's almost ready to complete the trial, but yeah. He would have died and taken Crowley with him, but it shows him suffocating after they leave the church and all that. So yeah, it shows the angels falling at the end. Episode 23 is getting a 4 out of 5 for the finale. Overall, this season is getting a 7.5 out of 10. This is not a bad season. It's just the last episode, it could have ended for Sam closing the gates of hell. So I will be coming back at you on Wednesday or Thursday for season 9 review. And tomorrow I'll be coming back at you for the next 2 Hoobastank album reviews. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video.